to have Her Grace Amrut Madhavi Mataji from Bengaluru, India, and Mataji will enlighten us on 8th Canto, 25th chapter, and first verse and onwards. So please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. 8:25, 1. 8:24, no? 8:24, 1, not 25.
25, Mataji. We finished yesterday, 24. I
But
said
8th canto has only 24 chapters. Then it's ninth canto beginning
9th
today.
canto. Okay, sorry. I didn't check that. So
Yeah,
9th
it's
canto.
ending.
Yes. Hari
It
bol.
is
We are
ending
in
here.
the. We are in the
I
ninth.
also brought, sorry, I'll get my ninth canto.
Okay,
So
sorry,
on
Mataji.
Ekadashi, we are opening a new canto. I was thinking if
Yes.
it is 10th canto, I have to hear my teacher's lectures and then only give a class. So much to understand. Now, ninth canto is okay. Stories. I'll get it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Sorry,
Govinda.
Mataji, I couldn't.
No problem.
Krishna Krishna,
No problem.
Hare Ram, Ram
This is a proof that I don't spend time even
Krishna,
going through because I was busy doing my assignments of my Bhakti Vaibhav exam completion. Oh, I also reached the last part. If you have time, please tell us why we call this Ekadashi as Yogini Ekadashi. Okay, for that I'll have to go through myself because for us it's tomorrow. No,
Yes, yes.
I will just see here in Vaishnava calendar. Vaishnava calendar, and it is tomorrow for us. And uh, let us see if in the first para. So about Yogini Ekadashi, I will just see how long it is. I think I will just read the beginning and the conclusion. Okay. So, before we start, let us pray. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. So we start with the brief idea about Yogini Ekadashi by reading the conclusion by Lord Krishna. So Lord Sri Krishna concluded, so you can readily see, O Yudhishthira, that fasting on Yogini Ekadashi is very powerful and auspicious. Whatever merit one obtains by feeding 88,000 Brahmins is also obtained simply by observing a strict fast on Yogini Ekadashi. For one who fasts on the sacred Ekadashi, she, Ekadashi Devi, destroys heaps of past sinful reactions and makes him most pious. O king, thus I have explained to you the purity of Yogini Ekadashi. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Ashada Krishna Ekadashi or Yogini Ekadashi from Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So, what is the introduction? Let's just see. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O Supreme Lord, I have heard the glories of Nirjala Ekadashi, which occurs during the light fortnight of month Jesta, May June. Now, I wish to hear from you about the Shuddha Ekadashi, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Ashada. Kindly describe to me all about it in detail, O killer of Madhu demon Madhusudana. Now, before I speak the next para, I just want to tell you one thing that during Ashada Ekadashi, now this is Ashada month, during Ashada Ekadashi, people who are the followers of Vaishnava tradition, for us as the devotees of Pandrapura Vithala, Vithala, Purandara Vithala, those devotees, they go on Varkari. This is what I heard, and I just did little research on them. How this Vari means pilgrimage, Kari means the one who is doing. So these people who are also following Sant Tukaram, I think, and some other names. I just now forgot the names. I had read a few of them. They are all
Sant
going to
Gnaneshwar.
Karma Tulsidas.
Sant
Yeah,
Gnaneshwar.
Janeshwar.
Yeah.
Sant Janeshwar, correct. So they all say Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari, and they say Vithala, 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 and they wear white dhoti, white kurta, and white, I think, pagadi, topi, and ladies in sari, and they all go with the uniform speed, young or old, all go almost like a very fast walk. I heard they walked 21 days, morning to night, and around 30 lakh pilgrims they gather to see Purandara Vithala, Pandranatha Vithala, Panduranga Vithala. They see, and they go to take his darshan, and they just believe only in chanting of the holy names. And they only know one person, and that is Purandara Vithala, Panduranga Vithala. They just know him, and they just call out his names, and they just devoted only to him, and with all the devotion they go, and I think they call Krishna as Mauli or something like that, and they call each other also Mauli because they feel whether we will get darshan or not, whether we are qualified to take darshan or not, at least the one who is going in front of me, maybe he will take darshan, and taking this person devotee's darshan is itself like my beloved Lord's darshan, because he's a beloved Lord's devotee. This is what I heard about them. And so they all go and take darshan probably on this particular Ekadashi, because I heard they go on Ashad Ekadashi. I don't know whether it's this one or the next one, but this is Ashad Ekadashi. So let's see the next part. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna then replied, O King, I shall indeed tell you about the best of all fasting days, the Ekadashi that comes during the dark part of month of Ashada. Famous as Yogini Ekadashi, it removes all kinds of sinful reactions and awards supreme liberation. O best of all king, this Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transports them to the shore of spiritual world. In all the three worlds, it is the chief of sacred fasting days. I shall now reveal this truth to you by I think somebody is speaking by mistake, means you can mute them. Yeah. So the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna then replied, O King, I shall indeed tell you about the best of all fasting days, the Ekadashi that comes during the dark part of the month of Ashada, famous as Yogini Ekadashi. It removes all kinds of sinful reactions and awards supreme liberation. So this is famous for removing our sinful reactions in order to give us freedom from this material world. So this is very, very auspicious for devotees who want to get rid of this material world. Famous as Yogini Ekadashi, it removes all kinds of sinful reactions and awards supreme liberation. O best of the kings, this Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transports them to the shore of spiritual world. Hari Hari. So this particular Ekadashi is going to take us back home, back to Godhead. So we have to do it from our heart, and maybe therefore these devotees also go on this particular day. Um, uh, Yes, Ekadashi. Oh, best of the kings, this Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transports them to the shore of spiritual world. In all the three worlds, it is the chief of sacred fasting days. So, in all the three words, this is the chief Ekadashi. Um, I shall now reveal this truth to you by narrating history recounted in the Puranas. So now I am just wondering whether it is 10 paragraphs. Okay, I will read it out in my mobile. So the story behind this particular Ekadashi, uh, the king of Alakapuri, Kuvera, the treasurer of Devas, was a steadfast devotee of Lord Shiva. He employed a servant named Hemamali as his personal gardener. Hemamali, a yaksha like Kuvera, was very lustfully attracted to his gorgeous wife, Swarupavati, who had large enchanting eyes. Hemamali's daily duty was to visit Manasarovara lake and bring back flowers for his master Kuvera, with which he would use them in the puja offerings of Lord Shiva. One day, after picking the flowers, Hemamali went to his wife instead of returning directly to master and fulfilling his duty by bringing flowers for the puja. Absorbed in loving affairs of bodily nature with his wife, he forgot to return to the abode of Kuvera. O king, while Hemamali was enjoying with his wife, Kuvera had begun the worship of Lord Shiva as normal in his palace and soon discovered that there were no flowers ready to be offered in the midday puja. The lack of such an important upachara angered the great Koshad Yaksha, treasurer of the Devas, even more, and he asked the Yaksha messenger, "Why has dirty hearted Hemamali not come with daily offering of flowers? Go find out the exact reason and report back to me in person with your findings." The Yaksha returned and told Kuvera, "O Lord, Himamali has become lost in freely enjoying quietus with his wife." Kuvera became extremely angry when he heard this and at once summoned lowly Himamali before him. Knowing that he had been remiss, the dawdling in his duty, and exposed as meditating on his wife's body, Himamali approached his master in great fear. The gardener first paid his obeisances and then stood before the Lord, whose eyes had become red with anger and whose lips trembled in rage. So engaged, Kuvera cried out, "Hemamali, O you sinful rascal, O destroyer of religious principles, you are a walking offense to the Devas. I therefore curse you to suffer with white leprosy and to become separated from your beloved wife." 1 minute. Let me keep it here. Your beloved wife. Only great suffering is deservedly yours. O low-born fool, leave this place immediately and betake yourself to the lower planets to suffer. And so Hemamali fell at once from grace in Alakapuri and became ill with the terrible affliction of white leprosy. He awoke in a dense, fearful forest where there was nothing to eat or drink. Thus he passed his days in misery, unable to sleep at night due to pain. He suffered in both winter and summer season, but because he continued to worship Lord Shiva himself with faith, his consciousness remained purely fixed and steady. Although implicated by great sin and its attendant reactions, he remembered his past life because of his piety. After wandering for some time here and there over mountains and across plains, Himamali eventually came upon vast expanse of Himalayan mountain ranges. There he had wonderful good fortune to come in contact with great saintly soul Markandeya Rishi, the best of the ascetics, whose duration of it life it is said extends to 7 days, 7 of the days of Brahma. Markandeya Rishi was seated peacefully at his ashrama, looking as effulgent as a second Brahma. Hemamali, feeling very sinful, stood at a distance from the magnificent sage and offered his humble obeisances and choice prayers. Always interested in the welfare of others, Markandeya Rishi saw the leper and called him near. "Oh, you, what sort of sinful deeds have you done to earn this dreadful affliction?" Hearing this, Hemamali, painfully and ashamed, replied, "Dear sir, I am a Yaksha servant of Lord Kuvera. My name is Hemamali. It was my daily service to pick the flowers from the Manasarora lake for my master's worship of Lord Shiva. But one day I was negligent and was late in returning with the offering because I had become overwhelmed with lusty passion for enjoying bodily pleasures with my wife. When my master discovered why I was late, he cursed me in great anger to be as I am before you. Thus I am now bereft of my home, my wife, my service. But fortunately, I have come upon you, and now I hope to receive from you an auspicious benediction. For I know that devotees such as you are as merciful as Supreme Lord Bhakta Vatsala, and always carry the interest of others uppermost in their hearts. That is your nature. O best of the sages, please help me. Soft hearted Markandeya Rishi replied, "Because you have told me the truth, I shall tell you about a fast day that will benefit you greatly. If you fast on the Ekadashi that comes during the dark fortnight of the month of Ashada, you will surely be freed from this terrible curse." Hemamali fell to the ground in complete gratitude and offered him his humble obeisances again and again. So, what is that he has to do? Because you have told the truth, I shall tell you about a fast day that you will benefit greatly. If you fast on the Ekadashi that comes during dark fortnight of the month of Ashada, you will surely be freed of this terrible curse. So, if we can really fast on this particular Ekadashi today for you and tomorrow for us. If we can really fast, then it is very good. Uh, Hemamali fell to the ground in complete gratitude and offered his humble obeisances again and again. But Markandeya Rishi stood there and lifted poor Hemamali to his feet, filling him with inexpressible happiness. Thus, as the sage had instructed him, Hemamali dutifully observed the Ekadashi fast, and by its influence, he again became a handsome Yaksha. Then he returned home, where he lived very happily with his wife. So Lord Sri Krishna concluded, you can readily see, O Yudhishthira, that this fasting on Yogini Ekadashi is very powerful and auspicious. Whatever merit one obtains by feeding 88,000 Brahmins is also obtained simply by observing a strict fast on Yogini Ekadashi. For one who fasts on this sacred Ekadashi, she, Ekadashi Devi, destroys heaps of past sinful reaction and makes him most pious. O king, thus I have explained to you the purity of Yogini Ekadashi. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Ashada Krishna Ekadashi or Yogini Ekadashi from Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So this was in service of Surinder Bandari Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So this is the nice, glorious Ekadashi where honest but unfortunate Yaksha who committed a mistake but who was very honest in front of a saintly sage, was blessed for his truthfulness by the sage by revealing that you fast on this Yogini Ekadashi and get rid of all your sins. So he was qualified to go back to his abode, but Krishna says we become qualified even to go to spiritual abode. If all we desire is to go back to where our wife is, that is how that Yaksha desired that I want to go back to my place where my wife is there. So he lived happily with his wife. But if we desire to go to Krishna's abode, so that we can serve Krishna happily in Krishna's abode. Then Krishna is saying in the beginning that we will be qualified even to go to spiritual world. See, O best of the king, this Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transport them to the shore of the spiritual world. So, this is your Ekadashi day beginning. So, I wish you all the best to fast nicely and to please Krishna. You know, I used to wonder, wow, Krishna is happy if we do anything to please him, anything morally correct to please him. And Krishna is even more happy if we sing kirtan and if we dance for Krishna. But why should we torture ourselves by not eating anything on those fasting days, especially on Krishna's birthday? And we have to stay nirjal. And on Ekadashi, Krishna's dear day, we should not eat anything. How it's going to please Krishna? Our torturing of our body. How it's going to please Krishna? But very recently, I was reading, I think it was fourth canto, where Lord Vishnu says that I have done all this creation by the tapas shakti, and if you are doing that kind of tapasya, then that tapasya is what pleases me. So you do tapas. So like that, yeah, yeah. It was second canto, not even fourth canto. That is in the Chatushloki Bhagavatam, that particular chapter, ninth chapter, that I hear. Before the Chatushloki Bhagavatam, I think, in the same ninth chapter of second canto, that Lord Vishnu, when he gives darshana to Brahma, he says, see, I have created all this with my tapas shakti, with my energy of tapas. Krishna doesn't have to fast, but he has, when we fast, whatever merit we get for our tapasya, whatever fasting we do on Ekadashi, or whatever chanting we do by not diverting our mind here and there, by making our mind fast from other things and making our mind focus on the holy names, by humbly begging Krishna, give me mercy to focus, give me mercy to focus, to serve you better, by begging Krishna every Harinam and trying to chant sweetly. So at that time, how our mind fasts from other things, and that is also tapasya that pleases Krishna. And same way, when we fast from food, that also pleases Krishna. That also, that's what he says to Lord Brahma. When Brahma says, I don't know how to do creation, I need your blessings. So when he does tapasya, he says, Vishnu says, actually, you know why you did tapasya? Because I only told you to tapa, tapa. You heard the word tapa, tapa, no? When you came in search of me, you came to the bottom of the lotus. You are born on top of the lotus. You came down in search of who is the beginning of this lotus. And when you came, though I didn't show myself, but I made you hear the word tapa tapa because I said it for you. Means because tapasya is most important. He says tapasya, the austerity is most important. So if you do that tapasya, then I will be very pleased. So he says that I myself have got the energy from tapasya, and with that tapasya I've created. So see, everything is coming from Vishnu. So what I understand is um, the Lord actually does not need to eat. So that's also tapasya for him. In one sense, Lord. But Lord eats when we give, and Lord does not eat because he wants to eat. That's why we say Krishna is having one opulence, that is renunciation. So he is having that renunciation from eating or from marrying, the wives of Krishna. Actually, Krishna never begged anyone to marry him, but everybody who begged him to marry him, he married them. He never disappointed them. So whatever he's doing with the gopis or with the wives, that's all a tapasya in order to please them, in one sense. He is not doing it for his satisfaction. Krishna is not doing anything with anyone for his satisfaction. So that is itself tapasya. So if we are also wanting to go to that level, then first we have to start with tongue control. That is by cutting down our eating, at least on Ekadashi day. So that is why we have to do this tapasya of doing this Ekadashi as nicely as we can. But if we are getting health issues or headaches, then we should eat whatever little and drink a lot so that we feel full and we can prolong with minimum eating. So that's all, my dear devotees. So we will go to our Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, inauguration on this wonderful Yogini Ekadashi. Canto 9, Chapter 1. Um, the title of the chapter is King Sudyumna Becomes a Woman. Ah, okay, so we will go through Subodhini, Canto 9, Chapter 1. It has so many stories, so many stories. So we see, go to Canto 9, Chapter 1. So many people's life story is there. And I was shocked. All kinds of stories are there in this. All kinds of stories means which is going to keep even the materialists with eyes open, mouth open, ears open, heart open. They will hear that kind of stories, which is very, very relatable to materialists also. That kind of stories. But the sad part is I don't remember any one of them because the story went so fast for us. Because our teacher, His Grace Gauranga Prabhu, told that see here Sutta Goswami or Shukadev Goswami, they are going very fast. They're not giving much details about these people's stories because sorry, Shukadev Goswami was not giving much details. He was just telling the story outline like summary, and then he was going to next person, next person, next person, because he was in a hurry to reach 10th canto because Parikshit Maharaj's days were counting down. Only 7 days he had, and Shukadev Goswami wanted to give all the details because he had told that I want to hear everything about Krishna. Why Krishna came down. Like that he has asked in the first canto in his first 6 questions. So now it was the duty of Shukadev Goswami to tell the entire details about Krishna's Krishna Leela. So therefore, he really rushes through this ninth canto. So many stories with so many morals. So like that, our teacher told, and he also rushed. And so I don't remember any one of them. I have to rehear all these classes of my teacher. When you reach 10th canto, at least I will make it a point to hear the class and then give you your class because that has so many things to understand, so many principles, so much of philosophical knowledge to understand. So now let's hear this. And maybe in future classes, I wish to hear even for ninth canto because my teacher has given so many morals for each of these people's stories. So I will hear and then give class for the next session onwards. If I am reminded by Shamrasika Mataji 2 3 days before, then that will be very much possible. So now, ninth canto, chapter 1, King Sudyumna becomes a woman. So first verse, seventh verse, Parikshit Maharaj asks about Vaivasvata Manu's descendants. So first verse to third verse, you described about all Manvantaras and said that King Satyavrata became Vaivasvata Manu. Fourth verse to fifth verse, I am eager to hear about Vaivasvata Manu's descendants. Sixth verse to seventh verse, Shukadev Goswami begins to speak. Then 8th verse to 22nd verse, birth of Ila and her transformation into Sudyumna. So 8th verse to 12th verse, Vaivasvata Manu's lineage is explained, wherein 13th verse to 16th verse speaks Vaivasvata Manu does a sacrifice for a son, but gets a daughter named Ila due to his wife's desire and priest's discrepancy. 17th verse to 22nd verse, Vashishta offers praise to the Lord and transforms Ila into Sudyumna. Then 23rd verse to 27th verse, Sudyumna enters into Sukumara forest and becomes a woman. Because into Sukumara forest, if anyone enters, any man will turn into a woman because that is how Parvati Devi has told. Because somebody should not see their private time with Shiva. That's why she wanted no man should enter. That's why she had told. So Sudyumna enters Sukumara forest and becomes a woman. 29th verse to 33rd verse, story of Sukumara forest. 33rd verse to 35th verse, Sudyumna as a female marries Buddha and gives birth to Pururava. So Sudyumna became a woman, and as a woman also he marries and gets a child. 36th verse to 42nd verse, Vashishta prays to Lord Shiva, who restores Sudyumna's maleness every alternate month. Sudyumna rules the earth and begets three sons. And in man's body, he gets three sons. In woman's body, also, he gets one son, Pururava. So you see, first he was born as a woman, he got converted to man, and then he got converted to a woman, then again got converted to a man. Oh my God, it is like our material world only, total mess. So, this is the story we are going to see now. Chapter 1, King Sudyumna becomes a woman. This chapter describes how Sudyumna became a woman and how dynasty of Vaivasata Manu was amalgamated with Soma Vamsha, the dynasty coming from the moon. By the desire of Maharaja Parikshit, Shukadeva Goswami told about the dynasty of Vaivasata Manu, who was formerly King Satyavrata and the ruler of Dravida. While describing this dynasty, he also described how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, while lying down in the waters of devastation, gave birth to Lord Brahma from the lotus generated from his navel. From the mind of Brahma, Marichi was generated and his son was Kashyapa. From Kashyapa through Aditi, Vivaswan was generated, and from Vivaswan came Shraddadeva Manu, who was born from the womb of Samnya. Shraddadeva's wife Shraddha gave birth to 10 sons such as Ikshvaku and Nriga. Shraddadeva or Vaivasata Manu, the father of Maharaja Ikshvaku, was sonless before Ikshvaku's birth. But by the grace of great sage Vashishta, he performed a yajna to satisfy Mitra and Varuna. Then all the Vaivasata Manu wanted a son. By the desire of his wife, he got a daughter named Ila. Manu, however, was not satisfied with the daughter. Consequently, for Manu's satisfaction, the great sage Vashishta prayed for Ila to be transformed into a boy, and his prayer was fulfilled by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, Ila became a beautiful young man named Sudyumna. Once upon a time, Sudyumna went on tour with his ministers. At the foot of Mountain Sumeru, there is a forest named Sukumara. And as soon as they entered that forest, they were all transformed into women. When Maharaja Parikshit inquired from Shukadeva Goswami about the reason for this transformation, Shukadeva Goswami described how Sudyumna, being transformed into a woman, accepted Buddha, the son of moon, as her husband and had a son named Pururava. By the grace of Lord Shiva, Sudyumna received the benediction that he would live 1 month as a woman and 1 month as a man. Thus he regained his kingdom and had three sons named Utkala, Gaya, Vimala, who were all very religious. Thereafter, he entrusted his kingdom to Pururava and took the order of Vanaprastha life. So, this is the storyline explained in the first page of ninth canto, chapter 1. Now we move to text 1. Shri Rajovacha Manvantaraणि सर्वाणि त्वयोक्तानि श्रुतानि मे वीर्याणि अनन्तवीर्यस्य हरे तत्र कृतानि च. King Parikshit said, My Lord Shukadeva Goswami, you have elaborately described all the periods of various manus, and within those periods, the wonderful activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has unlimited potency. I am fortunate to have heard all of this from you. No purport. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, Text 2 and 3. Yosau Satyavrato Nama Rajarshir Dravideshwaraha Jnanam Yo Atita Kalpante Lebhe Purusha Sevaya Savai Vivasvata Putro Manurasid Iti Shrutam Tvat Tvattastasya Suta Prokta Ikshvaku Pramuka Nripa. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, Text 2 and 3, translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Satyavrata, the saintly king of Dravida Desha, who received spiritual knowledge at the end of last millennium, by the grace of the Supreme, later became Vaivasvata Manu, the son of Vivaswan. In the next Manvantara, period of Manu, I have received this knowledge from you. I also understand that such kings as Ikshvaku were his sons, as you have already explained. No purport. So here we are seeing how Satyavrata was blessed by the Lord. Not only, who is the Satyavrata? He is the one who is blessed to hold that fish. You saw last class the fish, and then Matsya Avatara, and then he actually is saved, and he helps in saving certain things, some seeds and all that, by putting all that in a boat which is going to pull by Matsya Avatar and things like that. That Satyavrata Muni is becoming Vaivasta Manu. So it's about his sons we are talking now. I also understand that such kings as Ikshvaku were his sons, as you have already explained. Text 4. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, Text 4. Tesham vamsham pritag brahman vamshanu charitani cha कीर्तयस्व महाभागा नित्यं शुश्रूषतां हिना. Translation, verse 4. O greatly fortunate Shukadev Goswami, O great Brahmana, kindly describe to us separately the dynasties and characteristics of all those kings, for we are always eager to hear such topics from you. So he is telling now, I want to hear about all those kings. So, no purport. Canto 9, Chapter 1, Text 5. Ye bhuta, ye bhavishyascha, ye bhuta, ye bhavishyascha, bhavanti adyatana, bhavanti adyatanascha ye, tesham na punya kirtinam, sarvesham vada vikraman. Translation, kindly tell us about the abilities of all the celebrated kings born in the dynasty of Vaivasvata Manu, including those who have already passed, those who may appear in the future, and those who exist at present. So he wants to know about all the kings of Vaivasvata Manu, and there's no purport. There will be no purport for the next verses till verse number 15. Yeah, till verse number 15, there is no purport. So we will just go on reading the translations. Text, text, Canto 9, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, Text 6. Shri Suta Uvacha Evam Parikshita Rajna Sadasi Brahmavadinam Prishta Pruvacha Bhagavan Chuka Parama Dharmaved. Translation, Suta Goswami said, when Shukadeva Goswami, the greatest knower of religious principles, was thus requested by Maharaja Parikshit in the assembly of all the scholars learned in the Vedic knowledge, he then proceeded to speak. Actually, this Brahmavadi topic, this today only I read Brahmavada. See here, the verse says, Sadasi Brahmavadi Nam. And what is the meaning of that? Brahmavadi Nam is of all the great saintly experts in Vedic knowledge. So I was just reading today one very nice, interesting purport, which I felt will settle my life. And there's no purport for this. I'm giving my own purport here. Sorry for that. So fourth canto, ninth chapter, verse number, ninth chapter, verse number 4. In that purport, if you read, Prabhupada says, here the word Brahma Maya, the word Brahma Maya is there here, just consistent with the words of Vedic hymns. See, Brahma Mayena means just consistent with the words of Vedic hymns. And same way, Brahma Vadi, Vadi Nam means of all the great saintly experts in Vedic knowledge. So, and also here in this particular purport, Prabhupada says, that this is it's about how Dhruva Maharaj could not actually speak prayers when he saw little Dhruva. He saw the Lord all of a sudden, but he was so charmed by the beauty of the Lord that he started admiring the beauty of the Lord from his feet to his face, and every single part of the body of the Lord was appearing so beautiful to little Dhruva that he was looking at him as if he was drinking the beauty of the Lord with his eyes. And he was feeling the desire to hug the Lord and to and to keep his head on the feet of the Lord and to kiss the feet of the Lord. He was having a desire, or he even did it. I don't remember. But then what happens? Yeah, see here. When Dhruva Maharaj saw his Lord in just in front of him, he was greatly agitated and offered him obeisance and respect. He fell flat before him like a rod and became absorbed in love of Godhead. Dhruva Maharaj in ecstasy looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing. He was looking, okay, he was looking with his eyes as if he was drinking the charm of the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth and embracing the Lord with his arms. So, this is how he was seeing actually. Really, he did it, or what? The devotee's love for the Supreme Personality of God so intense that he wants to kiss the lotus feet of the Lord constantly, and he wants to touch the tips of the toes of the Lord and constantly embrace his lotus feet. Prabhupada explains like that. All these features of Dhruva Maharaj's bodily expression indicate that upon seeing the Lord face to face, he developed 8 kinds of transcendental ecstasy in the body. So this is how Dhruva Maharaj had admired, and but he wanted to glorify that beautiful Lord, but he was not able to. And when he's not able to, then the Lord Vishnu understands embarrassment of Dhruva, and he cannot tolerate that. So Lord Vishnu just wants to see Dhruva becoming happy by being able to appreciate. So to give him the ability, with his hand, he takes the conch and he touches the forehead for the head of Dhruva. And as it was touched, all the Vedic knowledge transfers from Lord Vishnu's heart to Dhruva's heart, and Dhruva gets all the understanding of how to glorify Supreme Lord Vishnu. And he speaks. And for this particular purport, what Prabhupada writes is, he says in the middle of the purport that this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, to those who constantly engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord from within dictates what to do next in order to serve him. Dadami Buddhyogam Tam, what we read in Bhagavad Gita, that he gives them the knowledge to reach the Supreme Lord, isn't it? Now, here, Prabhupada is a little bit explaining it more clearly. Reach the Lord means what? He's guiding, Supreme Lord will guide such a devotee the every next step how to serve Krishna. The next step how to serve Krishna is explained by Supreme Lord. So then I thought, then why I should worry? Huh? I am worried that I am not able to do things on time. I am not able to sleep on time. I'm not able to get up on time. I'm not able to do anything on time. So like this, I'm worried. That's why I'm delaying in finishing my assignments. My Bhakti Vedanta course reached 10th canto, and I'm writing Bhakti Vaibhava assignments now and just finishing the last part. But I was feeling like that. Why like this? Why how I can improve. I was from so many years, or at least from so many months, I have been meditating how I can improve in my timetable. And today I got the answer when I was writing my OBA, open book assignment, for Bhakti Vaibhava course. I was just going through the particular verse which needed to be read before writing the answer. And this particular sentence, when I read now for the second time, it really touched my heart. I felt, see, Krishna is waiting to guide us the next step about how to serve. What was the sentence? I tell you again, wait. This was very motivating because anybody, this means any devotee can do anything. What spiritual targets you have, any devotee can do any realistic target. At least I'm downgrading and I'm not telling exact. Exact means whatever Krishna wants, we can do it. But at least whatever realistic targets we put, which are not able to achieve, That at least you should be able to achieve if you read this line. Bhagavad Gita 10 chapter, to those who constantly engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord from within dictates, see, dictates what to do next in order to serve Him. So, what I should do next in order to sleep early today, what I should do next in order to wake up tomorrow, what I should do to handle this difficult situation so that I don't get into a mess of argument and I keep my heart clean for Krishna to relax and not to disturb Krishna. So, like this, in every situation, if we ask what to do next, that means Krishna is going to guide every single devotee, means each one of you and me, each of them, whoever are doing even one round japa daily with the desire to chant, each one of us, if we just ask Krishna every now and then, he will guide us to do better and better. We just have to say, teach me how to do this. Teach me how I can sleep early today. Help me to wind up. Help me to lose weight. You know, Krishna gave me a technique to lose weight. Now I am 73.2 kgs for 5 feet 3 inches, 3 3/4 inches height, and that is too much. And that is slowing down my everything. It will make me feel sleepy after eating. It will every time after eating I feel sleepy. Then finally I end up sleeping and getting up. It will slow down my activity. It is I'm very unhappy about my slow speed because I need all my time to finish my studies and to speak about it to the world. If I don't finish, then when I will help by sharing the message of Bhagavatam? Like this, I feel bad. So I want to be fast. For that, I want my body to cooperate, mind to cooperate, and not to get distracted. So I didn't know how I should do it, and now I got the answer that this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 10 chapter to those who constantly engage in transcendental loving service. So constantly engage. See the point here. To those who constantly engage in loving service. So constantly we will ask, Krishna, now how to do this? Tell me. Krishna, how to do this? If you forget to ask, you'll go back to square one. If we forget to ask, help me, help me, help me for every now and then, for every single task, for every single devotional activity, mental activity, everything. If we forget to ask, then we've forgotten to attain our target. So don't forget. And asking Krishna is remembering Krishna. Remembering Krishna is pure devotional service. It is smarana. Shravana Kirtana Smarana. So it's Smarana. So you see, Smarana. So by asking Krishna every now and then, we are in touch with the Lord in memory by remembering Him. Therefore, we are constantly doing devotions. Therefore, we get one Vardhan, one benediction, that is for the one who's constantly engaging in transcendental loving service of the Lord from within dictates what to do next in order to serve Him. So every now and then, keep asking, keep asking. Don't forget. If you forget, you lost your goal. If you didn't forget to ask and to not forget, beg Krishna while you're chanting, please don't make me forget you. Please let me serve you nicely. Please allow me to serve like today. Whole day, let me engage me today. Whole day, engage me in your seva. Whole day, you engage me in Krishna conscious seva. Like that. For whole day engagement, if you can keep begging during the japa, 16 rounds time, in your mind, in that begging mood, if we can chant, not that you have to chant every mantra and say that line, but in that mood, if we can chant every now and then, if we can beg the Lord, please engage me in your service today, whole day, then by the mercy of the Lord will at least feel little pressurized by our sincere endeavors to help us by remembering us to ask Him. See, Krishna gives remembrance and Krishna gives forgetfulness. 15th chapter, I think it's verse 15, which says, I give you memory and forgetfulness and things like that. Thank you, Sneka Kadamji. So, so if we ask Krishna to engage us throughout the day, he'll remind us to ask him every now and then. And as we ask, things go very well. So because I was asking, see, I didn't forget this class, and I wanted to also Krishna didn't inspire me to go wash vessels, dry the clothes. He just inspired me to cook, offer, and serve and eat. But everything was pending, and he inspired my daughter to do all that other work. And then I was wondering why I'm so much mad after completing my assignment. Then I realized that Krishna is wanting me to complete my assignment, because now last one more answer is left. If I finish that, I am done with OBA. Then I have to just give four classes, with PPT. And that four class is not difficult by Krishna's mercy. That is done means my Bhakti Vaibhav degree. I have done my part of completion. So if that is done, then I can go to my local temple and start doing some seva there. So thank you, Sudhir Prabhuji. I can start doing my seva to my temple, who gave uh, my daughter initiation. So I want to repay them. Repay is a foolish word since it's a comedy I heard in Bhagavatam. We can never repay senior devotees who have been there, but at least we can do something to assist them in their services. So if I have to do all that, then I have to complete my assignment. So maybe that's why Krishna didn't let me do other things. He just made me survival mode, eating only, cooking, eating, offering, eating. And so now I was wanting to know how I can do things on time so that I can save time and I can do more. I have to do at temple and at home, and I have to give Bhakti full free time to do her studies now. She helped me so far. Now I want to help her. So how to do that? I was wondering why I'm not getting the mood. I was so particular about housekeeping. I was so particular just some time back, but now I just don't want to do anything. I just want to cook, offer, eat, serve. That's it, and sit for my assignment. What's wrong? I was thinking, and I was thinking now how I'll get back my mood, and I got the answer. So if we don't have the mood to do right things, then also this works. But if you constantly remember Krishna and say, help me, Krishna. See, to those who constantly engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord from within dictates what to do next in order to serve Him. So the Lord dictates what we should do next to serve Him. You see? Oh my God, this is such a nice answer. If you really feel the benefit, then it is such a nice answer. You just have to keep in touch by asking Him, and He's going to dictate to you personally. That means we're not going to go wrong. We are going to be dictated personally by the Lord about how to serve Him. Now, what more we want? If He is going to guide us about how we should serve, and if he is not bothered about our sleeping on time, he is not bothered about our getting up in time, then we don't have to be bothered. But we have to be bothered to be in touch with him in memory. While chanting, we have to do our sincere most begging japa. And every now and then we have to ask him, how can I do it at the fastest and save time for service of Guru and Gauranga, for service of our Prabhupada's mission, to stay in the mood of Guru Parampara. How? We can ask, and we will be in that mood. That means we'll attain all perfection. That means we'll surely go back to God. So this is the line I felt for me. This is what I felt, that hereafter I just have to ask him every now and then. And if I forget to ask, I lost my goal. I will again fall down to anytime I end the day, anytime I begin the day, and anyhow I do it. And as much as I want, I will eat and I will sleep. No, now, and you know what? Krishna guided me because I was fond of one particular kirtan that comes on Bhagavad Gita page where one saffron thin brahmachari, he's thin because he's jumping a lot and dancing a lot for Krishna. And he actually, dances so nicely that everybody who's seeing him feels so lost. They don't see, once they start seeing his dance, then they don't see anywhere else. Such is his beautiful dance with a great, nice smile. So beautifully he danced, getting lost in Kirtan. And so I thought, what are the steps? His steps must be very nice. No, he's just doing the Swami steps, but in a jumping mood. That's all. Any step, if he has to walk, he's jumping and walking. If he's standing there, he's doing the Swami step that Prabhupada's, one feet comes here, goes away, comes here, goes away. That particular thing, by jumping, he's doing jumping like this, he's jumping and doing. And so and then he's lost in the kirtan and he's jumping according to the rhythm in order to please the Lord and to please the devotees of the Lord, by dancing in unity with the group. And sometimes he does his own individually for the pleasure of the Lord. He looks so nice. I thought, oh, I also want to see why is he looking so nice. And I noticed All the steps are simple. The steps that I do only he's doing. The same Swami dance I do, and the same thing he's doing. But he's doing it so nicely, and he's jumping all the time. That's why he's lost weight. I felt. Then if why should I bother about doing yoga, pranayama, or walking all over the Bangalore, to reduce weight? No. I thought I will jump and dance in front of the Lord inside my home, inside, close the room and jump and dance just like that brahmachari. That way I will not be leaving the Lord. I'll be standing in front of the Lord, because in one room there are all photos of the same altar photos are there. And in one room my altar is there. So in any one of the rooms I can just close and I can sing and jump and dance. Or I don't even have to sing till I lose weight. I can just put the kirtan of the same brahmacharis and same like them jump and dance. And today I did 20 minutes, and then I thought enough, because I had to do the cooking, etc. So, when we do that and drink a lot of water, what happens, see, one is the gut health should be good. We should keep our stomach very clean. Means even if we sweat, we should not stink. After dancing, when we sweat, you should not stink. Means you should have drunk so much water that you will not stink. Means you have given enough water to your body. So like that, if you give enough water and give this exercise, I mean, the sense, see, why I am a little lazy to do exercise is during exercise, I feel I am little away from Bhagavatam. I am okay. In my mind, I will be chanting when I walk or when I do yogasana. I'll be not counting one, two. I'll be chanting Hare Krishna as my counting. When the Mahamantra ends, 16 count is done like that. But that is also making me feel too much time loss. Actually, just one word of Hare Krishna mantra I'm chanting and I'm doing this exercise. I feel like that. So but when hear this kirtan, means I'm hearing full kirtan. I'm hearing and I'm dancing in front of the Lord. This is very motivating for me, and I feel I'm not leaving Bhagavatam, because either Bhagavatam is Krishna or deities are Krishna or photo is Krishna. So I'm seeing the Lord and then I'm with the Lord and for the Lord. I'm hearing Lord's Nama and dancing, and that is the most highest, because in Kali Yuga, what is that? Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya. Mukta Sangha Param Rajet, right? In this Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses, last verse is that. Kali Yuga, hey Rajan, for this Kali Yuga, Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. It ends like that. So in Kali Yuga, all you have to do is just sing and dance Harinam Sankirtan. So that is the goal. And if for my weight loss, if I do Sankirtan, I am sticking to my goal, but weight loss happens free of cost, because I for even for weight loss I am not feeling eagerness to do yoga or go for a walking. So but standing, instead I'm not walking, I'm jumping and dancing, hearing kirtan in front of the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. I am very much with Krishna, and free of cost my weight reduces. Like that I feel. So I thought, see, this is one direction of Krishna, one direction of Krishna. So and this we should do 1 hour a day. We don't, ladies don't have to feel shy. We don't have to dance in front of Prabhujis. We can stand inside our houses, our rooms, close the door and jump and dance as much as you want till you're tired. When you're hungry, on a hungry stomach, and then you offer or start cooking and offer to Krishna and then eat. Drink a lot of water 2 times a day. So this much if we can do, then we lose weight also. With that, my speed also will increase, and I will be able to do many things, and enthusiasm will increase. When the body is fit, now mind also gets impacted. That's one thing. But when we are doing things to please Krishna, no, the soul directly gets impacted. See, we can never make our soul happy, but if we try to make Krishna happy, the Krishna, with the intention of seeing that he's my master, so it's my duty to please him, and he's so loving. So I have to reciprocate by serving Krishna in this mood out of love and gratitude. If we connect to Krishna and do the service of kirtan or reading or chanting in connection, if we do, What happens? The Krishna becomes happy. Soon after that, we are connected to him as a soul. The soul becomes happy. When soul is happy, no, mind becomes happy, intelligence becomes happy, and the whole body is some extra jolly energy comes in, and that is spiritual energy. So we get extra energy, extra motivation to do all the tasks which we are now not able to do. So all we have to do is just do things to please Krishna. But how to do? That you ask Krishna. That's what it told. Fourth canto, ninth chapter, fourth verse. Ask Krishna, then he will guide you for every step about how to serve him. So this was very motivating for me. I repeat that line. I tell you what is that line. See, Bhagavatam chapter, to those who constantly engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord, Lord from within dictates what to do next in order to serve Him. See, He dictates. Krishna dictates. If you are constantly in touch with the Lord, Krishna dictates what to do next in order to serve Him. So we will ask Him and do whatever He wants. And even what we are doing, we'll ask His guidance. So in that now, in that purport, it is told anybody. This is another thing. Listen. Another interesting thing for all of you. Every devotee wants to chant the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Devotees are always interested in hearing about the Lord's transcendental qualities and are always eager to glorify these qualities. But sometimes they feel inconvenienced by humbleness. Sometimes devotees feel they are feeling humble that, oh, how I can talk. This all Gaurang Darshan Prabhu can speak nicely. Amarin Prabhu can speak nicely. How we can speak like that if we are feeling that is our humbleness. But Krishna, he says that what Krishna does, the personality of Godhead being situated in everyone's heart specifically gives devotee intelligence to describe him. See, that's how, like how he helped Dhruva. Like that, when we desire to speak, if we just desire to give Bhagavatam class, we just desire, he gives us intelligence. Therefore, it's understood that when a devotee writes or speaks about Supreme Lord, his words are dictated by the Lord from within. So you see, if if I have given any class in the past, I would always prepare for a class many times, not for your classes, but whenever I was giving outside, I used to prepare for a class. But whatever I prepared, I would never speak. Something else would come on the spot, more interesting. I would start speaking to just cover that point. Another point would come up, another point. Whole class would go with all new points which I never prepared. And I would myself find it very interesting. And now I understood that it was Krishna who was dictating from within. So, if any one of you desire, Krishna will empower you to speak glories about him, and you will know when you prepare and speak, your class content also will change. That time you will know that yeah, Krishna only is guiding, Krishna only is speaking. For those who have never given a class, you don't have to fear it. Just pray and tell Krishna, I don't know how to speak. You guide me. That's it. Krishna will guide. Brahma said, I don't know how to create. Then he heard the word tapa, tapa, and he did tapasya. And then he got to know how to create when Lord came and just transferred the knowledge. So, like that, we just have to desire like Brahma. We just have to desire like Dhruva. Then Krishna will make us speak his glories. If anybody is speaking Bhagavatam, I had heard that it's because they are empowered, otherwise, they can never speak. This is what I have heard. And today I read it that when we desire, the Lord empowers. That is why they say that Lord empowered. That's why they're speaking. This much also was clear. So none of us have to fear speaking Bhagavatam. Just pray to Guru and Gauranga and beg Krishna, you make me understand, you make me speak, he will guide. Same way, we don't have to fear running a house. We don't have to fear managing in our workplace. Any duty that has come upon us, we don't have to fear. We just have to beg Krishna, and Krishna will guide us. So, this is the lesson that I learned today in Bhagavatam 4th canto. But I was just in between the ninth canto, and I took a small deviation for the word Brahma. What was the word? 1 minute, let me read it. Brahma Vadi or something. So that word came, and I remembered this particular verse. So I was reading, but I think the time, see, I lost the track of time also. My goodness. Let me say where I ended. 1 minute. Um, it was Vedic knowledge. Yeah, this was Brahmavadam. Yeah, verse number 6. Sutta Goswami said, this is a translation of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, text number 6 translation. Sutta Goswami said, when Shukadeva Goswami, the greatest knower of religious principles, was thus requested by Maharaja Parikshit in the assembly of all the scholars learned in Vedic knowledge, he then proceeded to speak. Yeah, so when I read this particular thing, so Shukadeva Goswami is going to answer, but it looks like coming from your heart. Coming from Krishna's heart. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. No, why I said this Brahmavadi, no, that verse, let me read out that purport for you. The word Brahmavadi term comes here. So when Dhruva Maharaj felt hesitant, not knowing how to describe the Lord for want of sufficient experience, the Lord, out of his causeless mercy, touched his conch shell to Dhruva's forehead, and he was transcendently inspired. Now, hear this. This transcendental inspiration is called Brahma Maya. Because when one is thus inspired, the sound he produces exactly corresponds to the sound vibration of the Vedas. See, this transcendental sound inspiration, transcendental inspiration, which we all get when we try to speak, is called Brahma Maya. Because when one is thus inspired, the sound he produces, oh my God, dismiss. Um, um, okay, the because when one is thus inspired, the sound it produces exactly corresponds to the sound vibration of the Vedas. See, this is not ordinary sound vibration of the material world. Therefore, the sound vibration of Hare Krishna mantra, although presented in ordinary alphabet, should not be taken as mundane or material. So we should take Hare Krishna mantra very seriously and very respectfully, and we should be very grateful that we have Lord on our tongue when we chant. And in a begging mood, we should chant sincerely, and we should beg the Lord to guide me throughout the day to be with you in your service, in your consciousness. And then every now and then ask him for guidance, then Krishna will dictate for keeping in touch with him. Krishna will personally dictate to find him. So this was Brahmavada. Brahmavada means, that consciousness is, what it is told here. It said that Brahma Maya. Brahma Maya means it is the consciousness when we are inspired to speak. See, this transcendental inspiration is called Brahma Maya because when one is thus inspired, the sound he produces exactly corresponds to the sound vibration of the Vedas. See, when we are inspired, so whenever we pray and then we speak, if we are feeling inspired, that is called Brahma Maya. And because when one is thus inspired, the sound he produces exactly corresponds to sound of Vedas. So we will be speaking by Krishna's mercy what Krishna wants us to speak. So this is what is Brahma Maya. So here in this ninth canto, chapter 1, verse number 6, we saw the verse Brahmavadi, and that was also similar. That means, I read that for you and end the session. Unmet. Sutta Goswami, Sutta Goswami said, when Shukadeva Goswami, the greatest knower of religious principles, was thus requested by Maharaja Parikshit in the assembly of all scholars learned in Vedic knowledge, he then proceeded to speak. So when people are all learned in Vedic knowledge, we have to come to Brahma Maya. Our inspiration to speak should be at the level of Brahma Maya, means Vedic consciousness. And then we should, when we try to speak, Krishna empowers, and that will match with Vedic contents. This is what is my understanding. So when I was very excited with that purport, and so the minute when I read this word Brahmavadi Nam, I felt like sharing it with you all, though there were no purports. So my class couldn't complete more verses. We ended with verse number 6. So next speaker has to start from verse number 7. Thank you very much, and sorry for the delay in ending. 10-12 minute extra I took. If you have any questions, we can answer, and then we end the session in another 15 minutes maximum. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. All glories, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you so much for this next 10 class. As always, we always waiting for your class. Many of us, they ask me, when is Mataji going to speak? So we are so grateful to you today and explaining about this Yogini Ekadashi on Ekadashi day. So that was such a nice coincidence. So thank you so much, Mataji. I open the forum to all the devotees. If you have any question or comment, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
All glories, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful class as always. And I was like wondering the love you have with Bhagavatam for exercise when you leave. It's like, wow, it's like so advanced you are, Mataji, but so humble you are at the same time. Uh, hope we all reach that stage one day. The uh, taste for real taste. You have the real taste for Bhagavatam. So that's so inspiring. And the another one was inspiring for me is like how how Krishna guided you to lose your weight by serving Krishna only. So that's really wonderful, Mataji. And I want to share one thing. Like before even this journey started, like everyone has struggles in their life. I had like little more struggles, and I'm thankful for that struggles. I realized it later because those struggles helped me move towards Krishna, or else I would have not come into this path at all. So somehow, like as you said, sometimes Paramatma guides you inside how to communicate with him. So initially, and it was all like bhakti was so beautiful for me. So I used to communicate everything. Like whenever I used to go out, I know now most of the devotees do it now too, but for me it's all new. So I used to do everything. Like even if I go outside, I used to say bye. I used to say take care, something like that. I used to like even for small thing also I used to take permission. I used to ask because I have the that's what I say. I have like very low confidence. That's actually a blessing nowadays. I feel because of that low confidence, I still always ask God like whether to do this or not. I don't know. You have to help me, and that really helped me a lot. Really helped me progress. But over the time, again this ego came. I guess like I felt like I'm self-sufficient. I don't know. Again, I lost all that contact, like the the constant remembering of Krishna, constant dependence on Krishna. So this class is motivating me to restart again and beg Krishna to help me remember whole day and engage in his loving service. Thank you so much, Matiji. Thank you always for the wonderful class. Like really, it's nectar from your. I feel like Krishna is speaking through you, and was wondering like just one line. You were stressing so much. It's not like rushing and reading so many verses. It's like it's okay even if you read one line. Understanding deep is really a game changer. Like for I mean, it helps us a lot to grow. Thank you so much, Mataji. I'm short of words. I don't know what I spoke. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Krishna spoke through you so beautifully. Maybe Krishna wanted to appreciate. He is giving me guidance and making me speak, and then he is appreciating through you. This is how it felt. Mataji, it's all because Krishna empowered, because Prabhupada blessed with his purports, and Guru Maharaj mercy and our teachers' blessings, Bhagavatam teachers' blessings. So we are able to try, and Krishna is empowering. So all glories to all of them and to Supreme Lord. And the love for Bhagavatam, this is, I do not know. Maybe, yeah, it is a love for Bhagavatam. That's actually, it somehow converted to love. It was, it was completion marathon that was going on. So to develop this love, one way, like how an iron piece, I was like an iron piece, and I wanted to become an electromagnet. But you see, Bhagavatam, it was like a one coil, if you will wind, through which you pass electricity continuously. It behaves, iron piece behaves like a magnet. As long as you pass the electricity, it behaves like a magnet. But once you stop electricity, it is again iron piece. That was how I was. I wanted to be doing my service. As long as I am in touch, I was more vigorous. But I'm not in touch of devotees, I'm less vigorous. But Krishna never let me fall down. Somehow he never let me fall down. I was somewhere from going from up, coming down, up, down, like that. But now, if we have to be permanently, so this was how was my relation with Bhagavatam. Uh, so, but now you know what happened. Now, because of the course that I joined, so I cannot leave Bhagavatam only. I have to continuously be with Bhagavatam. I am iron piece. Bhagavatam is like coil around me and electricity. When I read, is like electricity. But I would read Bhagavatam, leave Bhagavatam, read Bhagavatam, leave Bhagavatam. But now that I joined the course, I have to continuously read, and people are going forward and I'm still in the backward and I have to read. So now, without my knowledge, I was just reading to complete my syllabus. Of course, when I read, I was not rushing. I was relishing every line and reading. But I was relishing the line because I'm anyway reading, let me relish it. But I was not reading because I should be with Krishna. I was not reading like that. But now I got to know, if we see Bhagavatam as person and think it's my Krishna's love letter for me, and if I read in that consciousness, then that will be Krishna's letter for me. A love letter for me it will be. So with that way, when I start reading, yeah, I feel, oh, it is nice to be with Bhagavatam. It is really nice. And then what happened is that because I am not wanting to lose time, I want to finish my coverage. That's why I was sitting, not with love for Bhagavatam. But it now so happened that I don't want to do anything else also. I don't want to do exercise also. Even to lose weight. So then I realized, yes, maybe now I ended up wanting to be with Bhagavatam, not just to cover the subject, but I want to be with Bhagavatam because of 4 years of daily training to read Bhagavatam, almost daily training to read Bhagavatam. 4 years, I was that much of an iron piece that now somehow some love has been generated for Bhagavatam. So, Mataji, what I'm telling you is it's an easy thing. You just have to join a course, Bhakti Shastri, you complete. Then Bhakti Vaibhava is only Bhagavatam course. There's no other subject, only Bhagavatam. First six cantos is Bhakti Vaibhava, next six cantos is Bhakti Vedanta. So, if you can get these degrees, then you will end up falling in love with Bhagavatam without your knowledge. Without your knowledge, without my knowledge, I now realize when you said, do I really love Bhagavatam? I had to think then, yeah, that's why I don't want to go back away from Bhagavatam. Okay, yes, but how it happened? By reading for coverage purpose. So even reading for coverage, very fruitive mentality, but that also purified. Bhagavatam is very, very wonderful. So please join courses and start learning for exams. You will end up getting whatever I am getting, and you should see Bhagavatam as your supreme Lord, who is speaking in the with love. With love, read Bhagavatam like that. It's Krishna speaking to us with love, and that becomes Krishna for you, and then you will not want to lose time anywhere else. So that's all, my dear friends. Thank you so much. Anybody else anything else to ask, or otherwise we will end the session.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam. Oh, sorry. Someone had something to say, I guess. Go ahead, Mataji.
No, Mataji, please go ahead.
Oh.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Um, I don't have a question. I just wanted to share my appreciation for you and your class. It was a beautiful class, Mataji. And, I was really appreciating how humble and how vulnerable you are at the same time. And it takes a lot of strength to share a lot of things that you shared on the call. So thank you so much for that. And I also wanted to appreciate the perspective that you gave us about, when you said about asking Krishna, asking or requesting or asking or praying for to Krishna constantly. um I always used to think about it, and I always thought that um d- why am I constantly asking? But then I realized, as you were talking today, that that asking also could be seen as remembering Krishna. So even if it is asking for, so I think maybe the question that probably comes to my mind is, if you're asking for material desires, Mataji, would that still be considered as remembering Krishna?
Yes, of course. अकाम सर्व कामो वा मोक्ष काम उदारति तीव्रेण भक्ति योगेन yajeta purusham param. What is that? Means whether you have all desires or no desires, you go to Krishna. So the point that you went to Krishna, Dhruva, little Dhruva, went
Yes.
with not small desire, big desire. He went to Krishna,
Mhm.
and then what he got? He got Shuddha Bhakti. His
Yeah.
material desire left him. He said, I don't want. I came to ask for something, but I don't want that. Now I want you. I want to go back to Godhead. But he said, no, no, now you have come. Now I will give. Small boy, you have come. Now I will give you this also, that also. Don't worry. Everything we will give you. So then I should not become arrogant. No, no, you will not become arrogant. Don't worry. I will protect you. Like that, you know.
Mhm.
So don't have to worry. You have material desire. Ask. You can't suppress it. No, ask. Don't Dhruva said that you are telling whatever is a brahmana should follow. I cannot forgive and accept as karma and all. I want means I want. I'm a kshatriya. I can't tolerate any sharp words. I want something bigger than Brahma, and you please help me. To Narada Muni he says, and you are capable. You are going around the world. You are going to give mercy to the world. Now give me also mercy. I also want to meet Lord Vishnu like that. So, like Dhruva, let us pray to Krishna and say that, see, I have material desires, I have come to you. Now, it's please help me to get spiritual desires. Please help me to get Krishna prema. I do not want the torture of these material desires. These material desires are a torture, and I want to get rid of it. Just show me, show me the charm of your reciprocations, your relationship with me, and the ecstasy that I get by seeing you reciprocating with me. You know that ecstasy may probably make me forget the joy in smaller things. So I may not pay more importance to that. Like that, you can pray at most, and then Krishna will surely help you by giving you higher and higher taste. At that time, automatically these desires will die without your knowledge. You won't even know how it happened. So just don't worry. Ask Krishna, ask him how to help you also. And that's it, you are done. So, but asking is remembering. You are asking Krishna. That is why it is told you go to Krishna, and for whatever, even material desire is spiritual, but do Tivra Bhakti. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. Yajeta Purusham Param. Supreme Lord only you worship. And do Tivra Bhakti. Do intensely. Do this with focus. See, once Dhruva went to start tapasya, he went with all the desire. But when tapasya started, he didn't think of the desire. To avoid thinking of the desire, he stopped eating food. He were eating berries, and then he started eating leaves, then dry leaves, then water, then no water. Why? So that he does not even mind, will not focus on eating also. Forget about other desires. Forget about sitting on father's lap or a kingdom bigger than Brahma. He was not focused on any other desire when prayer side. So means during our chanting time, don't think of your desires. During a chanting time, say this chanting is to please you. Please help me to please you. Help me to please you. Chanting time. Other times, you ask Krishna whatever desire you have, and ask Krishna to help you to get Krishna prem, so that just ask for Krishna prem. He will help you to come out of all these small, small desires. Don't worry only. I was also asking Krishna, give me Krishna prem, give me Krishna prem. Though I didn't have desire for Krishna prem, because I was told that highest goal is to attain Krishna prema. So I was asking, give me Krishna prema. Though I am like in my mind, like you give or not, it doesn't matter. But maybe I should get, maybe I should get Krishna prem. But that way it was, there was no serious eagerness to ask for Krishna prem also. But I was asking sincerely, very honestly, I was asking because I was told that we must ask. So like that, with that way, I asking also now. I've come to a stage where most of my those desires are all forgotten, that I don't even remember them now. I don't even know. All I want is, I just am very greedy only for one thing, that is time, time, time. Like a businessman says, I want money, money, money. I say I want time, time, time. how to gain time. I have to lose weight for gaining time. I have to for reading Bhagavatam, I'll stand in front of the Lord only and dance, so that anytime I want, I can stop and just come back for Bhagavatam. Like this, so just that time, like that, I have become, and that is because of asking, give me Krishna Prem, give me Krishna Prem, because of begging like that. Though I didn't have any desire for Krishna Prem, just by begging, now I have come to the stage of wanting to be with Bhagavatam for most of the times. So just go ahead, ask whatever you want, plus ask for Krishna Prem also. Any material desire you ask, at the end you conclude by saying, and give me Krishna Prem also. Just ask. And then Krishna, because you're asking, then try to make it more sincere. Make yourself more sincere when you ask for Krishna Prem. Then Krishna will bring you to a point where you will automatically forget your material desires, and you will only ask for serving Krishna, time for serving Krishna in form of reading Bhagavatam or preaching Bhagavatam, like that. I feel, and your going to Krishna is Smaranam. You're every time going to Krishna is Smaranam, but do it with the intensity, high intensity. Don't get distracted, especially while chanting. Be focused, and at other times when you ask Krishna, also ask for Krishna Prem. So that's like remembering Krishna. That is nice only. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madhavi. Thank you so much for your example, Bhashan sir.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Sorry.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
sorry, Mataji.
No, go ahead, Mataji.
Sorry, one quick thing I wanted to share, which I heard from another lecture. So, one tip they were sharing is like whenever you get material desires, instead of asking for material desires, you can ask for I want you, Krishna. So, if you get Krishna, you have everything. So, that's the way we can also please the mind. The mind is hard to convince, right, Mataji? So they were saying like whenever you get the materialized desire, you immediately say, I want you, Krishna. Then slowly the desires will also get reduced. That's what I like that point, Mataji. Just wanted to share, which I heard from another like
Very nice point, but see, if somebody said that level of asking like that, they can ask. But when I asked, I was not at that level. Means I want you, Krishna, but I want this also. I was at that level. And I want Krishna Prem, and I want this also. I want you, Krishna is like asking, I want Krishna Prem. Because when you have Krishna Prem, you have Krishna dancing to your tunes. Gopis have Krishna Prem. So they say, hey, Krishna, you'll get butter, you dance first. If you dance, then I'll give you butter. So asking for Krishna is like asking for Krishna Prem. So I was not at a level of just being satisfied asking for Krishna Prem alone. So that time I have asked, and Krishna did satisfy me, and then it's over. And then Krishna also is bringing us forward. So don't worry. Yes, that's one point. If somebody can just adjust with Krishna Prem asking, grand. But if they cannot, then they can ask their material desires. No problem. That's only that verse is there. Akama sarva kamava moksha kama udarani. Hare Krishna.
thank you, Mataji. What you said is very right. I'm talking about myself. It's I'm not saying that I'm doing that, but as you said, when you're not at that level, it's okay. You ask both instead of like because the mind cannot be calm without asking. It feels like okay, you're not asking this, you're not asking this. How will this happen? Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for wonderful explanation.
Hare Krishna. I could not stop myself when I wanted to ask for my daughter's marriage. I was not able to be satisfied by saying I have Krishna Prema, I have everything. No. I was begging the Lord for my daughter's marriage so much that I could not stop myself. Even if I knew that if daughter's marriage, if Krishna wants, it will happen. If does not want, does not happen. But as a mother, I was not in a position to digest that fact. And I wanted to ask, and I asked until she got married. So now I don't have to ask that. So like that, there will be some things that we may not be in a position to avoid. Then no problem. Ask. Krishna is there to give. Ask. But ask for Krishna Prem also. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. And also, as you said, it's not good to suppress. When you suppress it, it becomes the desire becomes even more multiplied. So, as you said, and there are many things which we cannot resist asking. So it's okay to ask. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Mataji. I know we are running out of time, so I just wanted to say that it was a beautiful beginning to Ekadashi with your class today. It was, one of, I must say, a big gift for our fasting today. Thank you so much for all these wonderful points. And, I always used to think, why ask? Because the Lord knows what I need. But now I understand, it helps you to remember the Lord. So that's beautiful, Mataji. Such a big shift in one's perspective of the whole thing. Thank you for that. And Mataji, I wanted to ask you about the classes, Bhagavatam classes. How long are they for? And I know I can take it from Shamrasika Devidasi, but I just wanted to know from you directly, actually, how many hours? It's all online, I'm sure. But if you can just throw some light on that, Mataji, the classes.
Yes, it is 1.5 hour plus half an hour question answer session. So 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock is the class on Saturdays and Sundays. And in 2 years, we completed our 6 cantos. And next 3 years, for the next 6 cantos, that's the target. But our teacher told for those who could not complete doing all assignments in 2 years, you can take 2 more years, he said. And I ended up taking 2 more years. Two more means he meant 2 or 3 or 4, how much ever you want. In that way, he said. So our assignments and all will take time because you see there is one thing there. We have to read every purport of Prabhupada and we have to write a test on every chapter, purport wise test, where they give fill in the blanks from different purports and from translations. So we have to read, and in that we have to get a pass mark, and pass mark is I think 70% or something. So when you read every single purport and write the test, and then read the whole canto and write open book assignment at your convenient time, and give exams when classes are going on or closed book exams, and then give 4 lectures with PowerPoint presentation. This all, if you are not focused on praying Krishna, asking his help to do it, it won't happen. Yeah, when I mean ask Krishna, I didn't say you go on asking material desires. It was not that. I was saying ask Krishna how to do his service nicely, devotional service. I meant only devotional service. When I said you ask, keep asking Krishna, Miss Krishna, now how shall I cook this for you? Will you guide me how to make it tasty for you? Will you guide me how much cabbage I should put, how much capsicum, like that, and then when offering is done, Krishna, please help me to eat less so that I don't have to do more of jumping kirtan, and struggle more, like that. So Krishna, please help me in my everyday. I just want my time to be saved, and for that I ask 100 things. I ask how to cook fast, how to clean fast. What should I do now? Should I do my assignment now, or should I do my cooking now, or should I fold the clothes now, or should I study now? Like this. Not that I am asking for material favors, but I ask hundreds of blessings to complete the task, to serve him, because it is told now to Krishna will guide us to serve him. So I am asking his guidance to serve him. This way I said I am asking how to serve you, and by asking I'm remembering Krishna. Like that I meant. I didn't mean we can go on asking for our material desires. But yes, if you have akama sarva kama, if all the sarva kama if you have also, or akama if you don't have kama also, moksha, or if you have desire to get liberated also, then do tivrena bhakti yogena, just do tivra bhakti to yajeta purusham param. So, and worship Supreme Lord. Go to him and ask. It is told, go to him and ask. So this is the suggestion or direction given by this particular verse. I think it's from Srimad Bhagavatam only. So if you can just follow this instruction, if you have desires and not able to get over it, ask. Or if you have a desire to do your Bhagavatam study like how I have, then also ask, guide me to save time, guide me to do this, guide me to do that, like that. So somebody is on unmuted, so you can mute yourself. I think other than I think Hemangini Mataji can mute. So yes, so we won't hear your phone call. Yes. So my dear friends, did you understand? So
Yes, ma'am.
asking is perfect. Even if it is material desire, no problem. Because if you're not able to suppress it, then you can ask. But if you can divert your mind towards reading Bhagavatam, then your mind from asking other things, it will shift to asking for reading Bhagavatam, like how we are already thinking of joining the course. It is very nice. You can even buy the recorded sessions which we have already completed. That is Bhakti Vaibhava course in English in GEV Govardhan Eco Village, done by Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. That class you can take it, you can purchase it, and you can hear all the class from the first class till 10th canto that is going on. I mean, first class to sixth cantos you will get. Then you join for Bhakti Vedanta course also, and you can be a listener and attend. 10th canto is going on. You can hear directly from them. Sometimes Amarendra Prabhu speaks complicated topics like Gopi Gita, Venu Gita, and all that. And other topics Gaurang Darshan Prabhu covers, and they all cover with so much philosophical analysis. It's a chance to hear for all of you. So if you start making that kind of a timetable, then you will start asking Krishna about how to change your timetable, guide me so that I get more time to hear, more absorbing time I will get. Like that, you can ask, so that that is nothing but going in the direction of getting Krishna Prem. So to get Krishna, these are preliminary stages of how to make time to be with Krishna, in the form of Bhagavatam, like that. So this is how I meant you can ask. And yes, you can join. It is Govardhan Eco Village, and it is www.vidya Vidya Pitha Pitha Vidyapitha.in India.in. So Vidyapitha.in. So now there the going on course is Bhakti Vedanta course. If you can afford, you can pay for it, and you can also buy Bhakti Vaibhava course done by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. And Bhakti Vaibhava course for Indian rupees, we paid 8,000 rupees for full six cantos. And for Bhakti Vedanta course, I think we paid 10,000 because it's a little longer than the previous course. So 10,000 rupees. So if you can afford, you can buy both. And if you buy both, then ask them to add you into WhatsApp group. You say I want to participate as a listener, and so you can be a listener, and you can then ask them that can I if you have not done Bhakti Shastri, then that also you have to complete. You can check Bhakti Shastri course by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, and you can complete that also by here and write and give your papers to them, mail your papers. Means we scan our papers, we write in our hand in closed book exam, scan it, and we attach it to mail, and they evaluate it. So we get our degrees like that. So this way you can do Bhakti Shastri first, then Bhakti Vaibhava, then Bhakti Vedanta. So all these books are Prabhupada books, and we are studying them sincerely with the help of a teacher. So it's going to help you to be coming to the point of not asking Krishna material things, but asking Krishna about how to become a better devotee. You're asking Krishna every now and then about how to become better devotee by saving time and reading Bhagavatam, and by living Bhagavatam, and by sharing Bhagavatam. For that you are asking. Nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong.
Yes, Mataji.
If
So you said Bhakti Shastra and one before Bhakti Vedanta. Which is the other one?
Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti
Very well.
Shastri. One who does the studies of Bhakti Shastras is called as Bhakti Shastri. It's a Bhakti
Yeah.
Shastri degree. And then you get Bhakti Vaibhava degree. And after that, you get Bhakti Vedanta degree. Like how we have Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So, and he said, Prabhupada said that I want all my disciples and grand disciples to all become Bhakti Vedantas. Means what? He wants us to complete 12 cantos of Bhagavatam.
Yes,
That's
Mataji.
all. Just completing, we get our Bhakti Vedanta. Write your exams, you get Bhakti Vedanta degree, and it's worth it. So, because you are spending time with Krishna in the form of Bhagavatam, and that's the goal of life. At least in the name of degree, we spend some time. See, in the
Yes,
name of
Mataji.
degree, spend in MBA college, engineering college, and I'm not. Surinder Prabhuji was telling whether I'm electrical engineer. No, I'm not. It's just that up to 7th standard, I had very sharp memory and very sharp intellect and very sharp focus. I was very, very pure and clean in my mind. There was so much purity because I was hearing Krishna Katha so much more. And so I remember what I learned, and that is the concept of um, electromagnet in physics, what I had learned, I never forgot. And I always compared that with my devotional life. And then I heard some others also speaking about electromagnet, and I was very impressed. And I thought it's a good example to give. So I am not engineer. I just completed MSc Statistics degree. That too with difficulty. I got second class and I passed. That's all I can say. And I don't remember anything of statistics. I just remember this electromagnet concept. That's all. And I just remember that we have to be constantly in touch to become permanently a pure devotee. No, that's all. And I like that example. That's why I shared. Yes. Anything else you wanted to ask? I
Mataji,
interrupted in between.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
The
Krishna Prabhuji.
Bhakti Vaibhav course that you are doing currently, for which that you give the open book and closed book and all the exams, are you doing it from the Govardhan Eco Village Vidyapit or you're doing it from somewhere else?
Govardhan Eco Village Vidyapita
Oh, we are
dot
doing
in.
from there, okay. So in that one, in the closed book, do you get to do the multiple choice or you have the, theoretical questions only in the closed book?
Closed book, Prabhuji, in closed book, it's big, big answers you have. You have small answer, big answer, and
Yes,
big,
okay.
long essay type
Okay.
answer. Closed book.
Yes.
But we have to write MCQs on each chapter, and that carries out of 100%,
Yes.
30% for closed book, 35% for open book, and 30% or something for 35% for PPT, and 10% for all MCQs of
Yes, yes,
all the
yes. All
chapters.
the chapters basically. Yeah.
So I was talking about the 10% marks, and
Mhm.
in that also we have to get 70% or something to get pass marks.
Yes.
Something is there like that,
And
but
I
I
think you
don't
have to
remember how much is
memorize
the percent.
some shlokas also, some important ones from
The
each
shloka
canto.
memorizing also is that is for
Yes.
closed book exam. We have to know shlokas, we have to write, and
Hmm.
after every closed book, I'm forgetting those shlokas. So now I have to make
Yes.
time to recite also.
Recite
That is
also,
a
and
problem.
yes.
So, Mataji, then we have to know Sanskrit. Is that right?
No, no, no. You just practice what I used to do when I was dropping my daughter to her college. It was nearby. Dropping means I was walking with her to her college and I was bringing her back because her timings were little late at night. So I used to bring her back. That time, what I used to do, I was thinking that walking time, again, I told I don't like to be away from Bhagavatam. And so what I used to do, I used to record in my voice 2 lines of Bhagavatam repeated multiple times, and I make it go on playing in a cyclic way. It will repeat again, it will recite again, it will recite like that. So I go on hearing. I put ears that plug connect to the phone, and I hear it as I walk and as I wait for her to come. And when she comes back, we come talking. So by the time I go walking, my 2 lines will get by hearted. So like that, how like जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतस् जन्माद्यस्य जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतस् जन्माद्यस्य uh, यतोऽन्वयात् इतरतस् like this many times I repeated, and then once I will hear that, and then again that repetition again, 10 times or 10 times I recorded, and I hear that, and throughout I hear, and when I hear I try to repeat with that. So like that, 2 lines I got by heart. Another day, another 2 lines I recorded, and when I go walking, I hear that, and I wait till she comes. I keep hearing, I keep reciting in my mind, and I get it by heart. Then I come and recite, I know it. Such a long shloka I got by hearted, first, second, third shlokas, while dropping her and while picking her. So like that, you have to repeatedly chant first line repeatedly till you get it by heart. Then chant second line repeatedly till you get it by heart. Then chant first and second line repeatedly you will forget. After you learn second line, first line is forgotten. Again, you see the book and again recite. So what you do, instead of seeing, you just record the first and second line few times and you start hearing it and start reciting with it again and again, and then do the third line 10 times, fourth line 10 times, third and fourth line 10 times. Again, recite 1, 2, 3, 4 line 10 times or 15 times. Then you do the same thing tomorrow or day after. By that time, you will get it by heart. So it's not difficult. You don't have to learn Sanskrit, but word to word meanings you try to learn by heart so that you will grasp what is it. See, Janma Adi Asya Yatho Yatha Anvayad Itaratascha. Anvayad means it indirectly. Janma, creation, Adi Asya, and etc. Janma, Adi, and etc. Yato Anvayad, Yato, I forgot, Yataha, like that, So, 1 minute, my charge is going off. So if you can understand that much, no, like that, if you understand the meanings and then if you recite, you'll get it by heart even more faster. You don't have to struggle so much. So this is the way we can actually learn shlokas by learning word to word, and later on we may forget word to word, but all of some words we will remember, and we'll remember the meaning. By learning word to word and the translation by heart, you learn. You don't need to know Sanskrit, and then you practice, and you will attain perfection. Gaurang Prabhu anyway is reciting every single shloka. That to the shloka which you have to by heart, he is reciting nicely. So if you don't know to recite, go to his that particular class and play that particular shloka and hear the pronunciation, and you practice like that, and then you will get it by heart. But we don't have to recite for them in Bhakti Vaibhava course. We just have to write down the shlokas in the exams, and I used to write it down like that. Is that clear?
Sorry,
Not able to
Mataji,
hear?
I was muted. Sorry, Mataji. Yeah, thank you very much, Mataji. Very, very clear. So basically, a very basic question, Mataji, like Bhagavad Gita, the Lord Krishna spoke the Sanskrit shlokas, right? Directly to Arjun,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
in Bhagavatam, who spoke those shlokas?
In Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami explains, actually to Shukadeva Goswami, his father Vyasadeva taught.
So the
Father
shlokas.
Vyasadeva wrote it.
Uh,
Vyasadeva wrote it. To Vyasadeva, who taught, his father, Vyasadev's father taught, and Narada Muni was his guru. So Narada Muni told his father Brahma taught to Brahma, who said Tapa Tapa Vishnu. No, that Vishnu taught. Vishnu says 4 shlokas called Chatushloki Bhagavatam to Brahma, and then Brahma is supposed to it's like seed verses. It's not the whole tree, it's a seed of the tree is taught, and from that seed he has to understand in the depth. So Brahma says he teaches that to his son Vyasadev, or something I've forgotten exactly to who all he teaches. I forgot. To Narada also I think he teaches. I'm not sure now. I forgot. But to whoever he teaches, he says that you now expand and make people in Kali Yuga understand. This is what Krishna taught me. Now you explain it in detail, for people to understand. And then Vyasadeva also tells, I think Narada Muni also tells to Brahma, see, this is, you have to speak properly the details of Krishna Katha. So you please nicely explain like that. I recently read Narada Muni telling to
I think Vedvyasa,
Vyasadeva.
Narada Muni told Vedvyas, and Vedvyas told Shukdev Goswami, and then Sut Goswami.
So to Shukadev, no, who told to expand this Bhagavatam and explain in a way people will understand. I think it was in second canto, in second canto, somewhere last chapter, maybe 10th chapter or something, maybe the last verses or ninth chapter last verses. I can see there Narada Muni tells to somebody that you should expand these verses. um, uh, and
There is
explain. So
a
that is why.
two, there, Canto 2nd and 7th chapter, I think.
Ah,
There is a verse that comes, actually 51 verse that comes, O Narada, the science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam, was spoken to me in summary by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. and then he says, please expand this science yourself.
That
So
only.
yeah, Lord said to Narada to expand this science yourself. That's the translation.
Lord said to Narada or Brahma said? It's
Sorry,
Brahma.
sorry,
I think
Brahma said. Brahma said.
Ah,
Yeah.
to Brahma, Lord said only 4 verses. Chatushloki
Yes.
Bhagavatam. That is 2.9 point some 30 to 33 or something. To 36, I think, something like that. So 4 verses he speaks, and that 4 verses, now Brahma told to Narada that see, this is there. And when Brahma told to Narada only, he expanded and told. And then he said, now you expand this further. And then Narada also tells Vyasa to speak Bhagavatam. That time, does he say you expand it? I don't know. Or who tells? Only one person says. Brahma says to Narada, or something like that. I think only Brahma told to Narada to
Only
expand
Brahma
it.
said actually to expand it. Then basically in the purport, Prabhupada says like, Narada, he in turn he ordered Srila Vyasadeva to expand it. That is from
Ah,
the purport
So,
of Srila Prabhupada.
so it must be in
ah.
Narada Bhakti Sutras. It must be part of that also, right?
I don't know that. I didn't read Narada Bhakti Sutras.
Mataji,
I
because
don't know.
you must have done the course on Bhagavad Gita also from Eco Village, right? That was before
Not
Bhagavatam.
from Eco Village. I did from Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education in the year 2003 to 2005. I have done that. Long ago. From
So,
Vrindavan Institute we did.
yeah, so you did that first, then Bhagavatam, right?
Yes, that is first. It's like that is like that's why Prabhupada said it is like doing a BSc degree. He said B for Bhagavad Gita, I mean Bhakti Shastri, and with Bhagavad Gita, etc. And S for Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita first B Bhagavad Gita, S Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhagavad Gita and other 3 topics is Bhakti Shastri, and S for Srimad Bhagavatam, and C for Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is after Bhakti Vedanta course. We have to do Bhakti Sarvama course. That is Bhakti Sarvabhauma is only Chaitanya Charitamrita. As far as I know, it's only Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this all we are supposed to do one after the other. So where is time to focus on anything else? So we are supposed to do that. So thank you for who was it, Manidhar Prabhuji, for explaining.
Yeah, and it is
It's a great help.
Narada Bhakti Sutra. Mataji was asking. No, it is not part of the Bhagavatam actually. Narada Bhakti Sutra is something. It's a summary of practical guides of the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Basically, it's in the
Oh,
summary form. There are like some
Yeah.
sutras are given, and those sutras are basically driven from the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Sorry, Mataji. Super.
thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for
Thank you,
helping.
Mataji. I'm
Thank
actually
you
the
for
reason why I'm so interested
wonderful.
is I myself is doing the Bhakti Vaibhav, and I'm on the 4th canto right now. Yeah.
I just am doing 4th canto completion. If 5th and 6th, that time only I completed. Prabhu, with the teacher, I completed an open book also because I was lagging behind in 3rd and 4th canto. So now for 3rd and 4th canto, I took 2 more years to complete. Now
Yes,
I am
Mataji.
completing the 4th canto assignment. Now, today, tomorrow, one more answer. If I do, finished. 7 answer minimum we have to do. So 6th answer today ended. Now tomorrow I have to do 7th answer. And tomorrow,
Mm.
sudden small journey has come up to my parents' home. So for 2-3 days we will be there, and then attend one function and come back. So good. Today I had a class, and it was not tomorrow. So Krishna arranged everything so perfectly. Anyway, we never
Third
get
and fourth
class.
are the very big ones actually. They're very big.
Ah,
Mm.
yes, that's why it took so much time. Yeah, there are 4 books.
Yeah,
Third
4
has
books.
32 chapters, 2 books, and fourth also has 2 books. Okay,
Mhm.
that is why I took 2 years. Okay, not bad. Okay, fine, no
Yes.
problem. Yeah, correct. Other 4 books I took 2 years, na. So this 4 also I took 2 years. Okay, like that. That's what I was not understanding why I'm taking so much time. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So
Thank
this
you,
is nice, you
Mataji, for
know.
a wonderful class. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. No, good you told me that. I remember reading it 2 times. I forgot who told to whom to expand. So now you told that Brahma told to Narada to expand. In the purport, Prabhupada said Narada says to Vedavyas to purport expand. Very
Yeah.
good. So I mean expand the this content. That's why we have 18,000. 4 shloka became 18,000 verses for
Mhm.
making dull-headed people like us to understand the glory of surrendering to Krishna. At the end of Bhagavatam, we are told that we are supposed to come to the point of surrendering to Krishna and do Shuddha Bhakti.
And
If you
Madhavi,
understood,
somebody was asking me the same question yesterday. Like, I know Bhagavad Gita, who wrote it? Then I said, okay, Bhagavad Gita, Ganeshi wrote actually. Then,
correct.
but then Bhagavatam, I told him, like, the exactly the way you told. Like, it was like coming from Brahma and then Lord to Brahma and the Brahma to Narada and the Vyasadeva and the Sukdev Goswami and then Sud Goswami. So when did it come into the written form? Did it, because everything was like, at that time memory was so sharp that they could memorize everything once you tell the person. So when did it come in the written form of the Bhagavatam? Like
Yes,
when the
it's a
Sud
very good
Goswami.
question. This is discussed in the class, I can tell you.
Hmm.
This question, Prabhu, actually, the question comes, second question comes after the answering this. That is, if Vyasadeva wrote, then how he wrote something, all these things. So it is like this, Prabhu. Prabhu, actually, then Suta Goswami, see, if Vyasadeva wrote, then how Shukadeva Goswami's names are registered there and how Suta Goswami who comes later is registered. Because Vyasadeva was blessed. He's not ordinary. He's empowered
Yes,
incarnation of the
he's
Lord.
empowered incarnation.
Therefore, he was blessed to see the future, what is going to happen, and therefore he has written everything. That Shukadev Goswami in future is going to say all this, so that he has written it and kept. So Shukadev Goswami, when he's teaching, Parikshit Maharaj is hearing. So it starts with Suta Goswami speaking. Actually, the Bhagavatam, it starts with Suta Goswami speaking that Sutta Goswami is in Naimisharanya and sages are
Yeah.
gathered for 1,000 year sacrifice, and there those people ask 6 questions. So now that 6 questions they asked, and that all is recorded by Vyasadeva first only, and then when they are answering, then this comes that see these all questions were asked by Parikshit Maharaj also. Somehow the topic of now I forgot. Somehow topic of Parikshit Maharaj comes, and that's why Suta Goswami says, ha ha ha. Suta Goswami starts speaking by praying to his teacher Shukadev Goswami by saying Shukadev Goswami is such a glorious master that he could enter into the hearts of everybody like a Paramatma. And he was so special that he would enter into the hearts of the trees, and trees said, my son, you know what Vedavyas ji is saying. So that teacher I do namaste. Like that he starts in the first canto, some third chapter or something. Yasvanubhavamakila Shruti Saramekam. I think that is the verse, something like that. He starts the verse and he prays to his teacher. And then why is he praying to teacher? Because he's saying, I have heard from Shukadev Goswami, so I pray to him to bless so that I can speak. Now, why Shukadev Goswami he heard? Because Shukadev Goswami taught to Parikshit Maharaj. Now, who is Parikshit Maharaj? Why Parikshit Maharaj had to die? All these questions Shuta Goswami students will ask. That time, the entry of Shukadev Goswami and details of Parikshit Maharaj, all this will come. How Shukadev Goswami was born, I think from there it starts to Veda Vyas ji, and how he didn't want to take birth also, but when he take birth, he runs thinking it's all Maya. That time Vyasadev arranges out of attachment to the son, arranges his disciples to recite some nice nectar verses from Bhagavatam, and hearing that he gets attracted.
Yes, Madhavi.
Hearing
Thank
that
you. Thank you.
he gets attracted, yeah. So like that, and he says, now you teach me. He tells to his father, who taught you this? We learned from Vyasadev. Huh, Vyasadev? Then I will go. Then that is your father Vyasadev. So he goes to father Vyasadev, and Vyasadev explains. So like that the storyline comes. That's why we see sure this Bhagavatam is told in 3 places. In Naimisharanya, Suta Goswami is saying, and near on the banks of Ganga or Yamuna, our Shukadev Goswami is explaining to Parikshit Maharaj. There also that controversy like question is there. It's Ganga or Yamuna like that. If he's in that area, it has to be Ganga only or it has to be Yamuna only like that. Various acharyas commentaries are there. So somewhere on one of the river bank, Parikshit Maharaj sits there to, that time all sages come there to know that he is gloriously departing this world. And then Shukadev Goswami comes there. And then he asks, what is the duty of a dead person, a dying person, and a living person? Then this Bhagavatam was explained that duty of living person or dying person is to do bhakti, and to explain that this whole and then he asked some details. So this all entire thing was explained like that. Bhagavatam was spoken. Some I think this Geeta Mataji asked on this Bhagavatam topic. That's why we discussed all this. Like who spoke to whom? Bhagavatam was who spoke to whom, na? So
Yes,
Bhagavatam was
Mataji.
spoken by Suta Goswami. Bhagavatam was spoken by Suta Goswami to sages in Naimisharanya. Plus it was spoken by Shukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj and others like Parashurama, Vashishta, Lord Brahma. I think even Narada also. Everybody comes. Big group of sages come and here when they're teaching Parikshit Maharaj. So it was once taught in Naimisharanya later. Before that, Shukadev Goswami taught to Parikshit Maharaj and others. And before that, Shukadev Goswami learned from Vyasadev. And Vyasadev heard it from his teacher Narada. I guess I forgot. Manidhar Prabhu should correct me if I'm wrong. And then Narada heard from Brahma and Brahma heard from Vishnu. So like this, Bhagavatam was spoken by all these people, but it was written down by Vyasadev, just like the part of Bhagavad Gita portion was written down by Ganapati. But though Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata and Mahabharata was written by who? Mahabharata was written by no, Mahabharata was written by Veda Vyasji only. No?
Veda Vyas.
Valmiki wrote Ramayana. Veda Vyasji only wrote Bhagavad Gita, but I don't know how that particular portion Ganapati wrote. Veda
Actually,
Vyasji, who told?
yeah, so yeah, Ved Vyasi was narrating and Ganesh he was writing it.
Writing, yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
because Bhagavad Gita is part of the Mahabharata. Yeah.
Yeah, but if Veda Vyasji could write full Mahabharata, why only Bhagavad Gita he gave chance to Ganapati ji to write?
Mm.
For that answer, na means this question was not asked, but like an answer, somebody told, see, demigod worship, why it is condemned. And they say, see, we do not know that Krishna told means it's correct because Ganapati has agreed. Ganapati only wrote down. It was told to Ganapati that you have to understand, then only write. So if Ganapati understood it, see, if it was wrong, if Ganapati feels it is wrong, means if he didn't understand, then he had to say it is wrong. This I don't understand. How demigod worship is inferior? I don't understand. He should say that. But Ganapati understood it as correct. Then only he wrote down. So if
Yeah.
Ganapati wrote, that means it is, you cannot say something is wrong there. Like that they told. So I just framed the question for that now. Like why Ganapati? Maybe to say if Ganapati also has approved, then you Kaliyuga Vasis quietly accept it. You are saying Ganapati is supreme and worshipping him, but that's fine. But he has a supreme master above him, and that is Krishna. And Ganapati has agreed, so you also agree. Maybe for that reason, Ganapati was asked to write only that portion. If everything else Veda Vyasji wrote, or did everything else also Ganapati only write? And Veda Vyasji wrote, no, Veda Vyasji only wrote. Everybody sit in Veda Vyasji only wrote whole of Vedas. And he was not satisfied. That's why his teacher Narada Muni had to come and guide him to write Srimad Bhagavatam. And after writing Srimad Bhagavatam, he was fully satisfied. He didn't write anything else after that.
Yes, Mami. And actually, Srimad Bhagavatam, as you said, like, it's a narration, it's a discussion between Sukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, and second one is
Suta Goswami.
huh?
Suta Goswami.
Suta
Suta
Goswami
Goswami
and the
and
Naimisharanya Rishi, and third one is the Maitri Muni and the Vidur.
Yes, correct.
Right, they were discussing and they were asking and they were going into the past times, and so these are the main three in the Bhagavatam that we see, from Srila Prabhupada.
Correct. Correct. This is the Bhagavatam which everybody sees in Kali Yuga for our Manvantara or for our this particular Yuga, this particular Kali Yuga. This is our version of Bhagavatam, and this Bhagavatam will be again written for next Yuga. This is what I think I have heard like that. And that time there can be a different leelas may get added also, but principles will remain the same. That you have to do bhakti, Shuddha bhakti, and you have to surrender to Supreme Lord. The principles will remain the same, but this is the Bhagavatam version because Bhagavatam is not having all the leelas because it is too many. So only the main important leelas, Krishna leelas were covered. Just important ones were covered. Everything, because I have heard from someone, Dinabandhu Prabhu or somebody, when we go to this Vrindavan, he said that how Gopa boys used to come to know it's afternoon, lunchtime, it's evening to go home. How just that every time for breakfast time, one Asura would come. The minute one Asura killed means it's breakfast time. Next Asura killed means lunchtime. Next Asura killed means dinner time, going home. Like that, they used to come to know. That's what he said. So means that many Asuras, we don't even have the list. But so many Leelas were happening, but we know only main ones. Otherwise, we should have a track now of this particular date. Morning he did like this, evening, afternoon. No, we are just having some major handful of Leelas only in 10th canto. That's all. So the rest of it are not there. So some things may get recorded in next yuga. That's why we get Shweta Varaha, Rakta Varaha. Means one time Varahadev comes in red color, one time Varahadev comes in white color. Oh, that's different yugas, slightly different leelas. Like that, our teacher has explained.
Thank you, Mataji. Very helpful. Thank you, Mananta Prabhu.
Thank you, Madhavi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. We can end the session now. We spoke a long time today.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Okay.
Shall we end?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Madhavi, we can end. पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः। कोटि वैष्णव की जय।
शिला प्रभुपाद की
जय।
जय।
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Amrit Madhavi Mataji.
अमृता माधवी माता की जय।
All goes Srila Prabhupada. All goes Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Happy Ekadashi.